Hello and welcome to RAM Pressure. I'm Shadowcoast and welcome to the channel. In today's episode we will be covering classes and skills in this game. Now I am sitting behind chapter 4 and I have not unlocked multiplayer or PvP yet, so this is an early look at classes and skills. So far we have 3 classes for our operatives: Assault, Heavy, and Sniper. I am not sure if we unlock more. We will see. Let's jump into Assault. Not surprisingly, Assault can use assault rifles as well as submachine guns, and we can see this in our first skill: use of assault rifles and submachine guns. Nothing too fancy there. For our first kind of build out here, we have a couple perks. The first one is Die Hard, which reduces the chance to get a negative effect in critical hit by 5%. We have Grenadier, which increases our grenade slots or number of grenades we can carry. We have Rapid Reaction, which increases the dodge of an operative by 15% in Overwatch mode, but no more than one enemy attack per turn. So basically the first attack, you have increased dodge. Running Shot allows you to make a shot after a jerk weapon class assault rifle, submachine guns, and shotguns active skill cooldown 4 turns. I am not exactly sure how this works in game, so this is kind of a TBD. And coverage, increased dodge by 10% if the operative is in smoke. Now, and I believe you can purchase smoke grenades. As we think about these skills, you can see here for this, I focus on Grenadier and Rapid Reaction. When I build this out, I probably prioritize these top 3 over these bottom 2 in general. I haven't used a lot of smoke grenades. Smoke does appear in some levels if there's a smoking car, etc., but it's unclear when you would actually be in the smoke and not, so it is not very easy to use, for me at least, not as of yet. Let's move on to our next tree. Now you see these numbers up here. I should have taken a second to explain. Once you have 3 perks selected, you then unlock the next tree, and here you need 6 perks selected or skills selected before you open the next tree. So that's what those numbers denote. So in the next, call it branch or tree, once you level up and have 3 perks or skills selected, the first option is Breakthrough Tactics. Flash grenades guaranteed to dazzle and disable enemies Overwatch mode. Good position in full cover, accuracy and critical hit chance are increased by 5%. So you want to make sure you're in full cover. Full cover, if the operative didn't attack this turn, his partial cover becomes full. So if you're repositioning, this can be really nice. And then physical training increases health by 1%. Repositioning or reloading. Next we have Backshot. The operative responds with a shot to the enemy's first attack on the turn. Chance to get response shot reduced by 15%. Does not cause critical damage. Weapon class assault rifle, submachine gun, shotguns. Pitcher increases the range of throwing hand grenades by 3 cells. Die Hard 2, we have an increased stacking effect to the first Die Hard. And then we have Survival Instincts, increased dodge by 4% for each enemy in the zone of operative's visibility. Now in this branch, while I did go for Pitcher because this is my Grenadier, in general I think that I would probably pick Backshot in the majority of the time, Survival Instincts, and Die Hard if I wasn't doing a grenade build. And you'll see that with some of my other operatives in the game if you watch the campaign. We have pistol shots. Makes a pistol shot. So one thing that's interesting here is that your operatives really have one weapon. So you have to unlock things like pistol shot to make a pistol shot or anything like that, which is a little bit annoying in my opinion, but part of the game. Physical training, increase health by 1. Anything that increases your health here and here I recommend getting. That'll be super critical. And then laser rifles. Use of laser rifles is unlocked. Now we have not gotten to laser rifles, but that's something we'll be exploring later in the campaign. And then finally we have Killer Instinct, increased critical hit chance for each enemy in the operative's view. This one seems pretty powerful. All of these are actually pretty good. Adrenaline provides additional movement after killing from the main weapon. Rapid Fire, 2 shots in a row, 1 target, hit chance reduced by 15%. Knife Fire, fire from a distance of 4 or less cells, increases the chance of a crit hit by 20%. And then Defense Breaker, the first use of flash grenade per turn doesn't require AP. So all of these are pretty good. Obviously, they're later down the tree. And that is our Assault skills. Let's move over to heavy. Now you can see here the way I've kitted my one heavy is go full armor and put them into the line of fire more often than not. You start off with use of machine guns. These are pretty, heavy weapons, which makes sense. In our first skill tree, we have Armored Adjustment. When using a heavy or power armored suit, the armor points increase by 2. That's one of the reasons we get so high up. I think this is a really good use in general. Now, if you put on power armor or heavy armor, your movement is decreased. Heavy fire, this guarantees to hit the target, but you spend 3 pieces of ammunition. So this is to secure the kill, which is nice. Good tone, when using a heavy or power armored suit, health is increased by 2. This is the next point that I'm going to get, probably. I didn't quite probably spec them out the way I would normally do it. Can opener, shot that destroys 4 armor but does no damage to health. So if you're trying to take out armor of an enemy, that's a good use or a good skill to grab. Tangentiality or tangentially, each armor point reduces the chance of getting critical hit by 1%. Next, we have mobile infantry, reduces movement penalty in heavier power armor suit. So I put this in because my heavy was reduced. When you put on that power or heavy armor, you are slowed down or the distance you can go. So this reduces that penalty, which is actually really good in my opinion. Fast reload, recharging heavy weapons and grenade launchers with the first action requires 1 AP, so you basically can then shoot after you reload, which is nice. Firing point, or move. Firing point, if the operative didn't move this turn in full cover, accuracy increases by 12%. So this is pretty nice because I normally put my heavy, who's heavily armored, out there, get him down in a position that's a little bit exposed out there, and then he just sits there and starts firing from wherever that position is. Or he could be um, capping the artifacts or something like that to win the mission. Target sequential shooting at the same target increases accuracy by 10%. I think that's actually a really important move. So if you're trying to down an enemy, you want those shots to land to take them out. Perfect hit increases a critical hit chance by 5% when using heavy weapons. That one's pretty nice in general. We don't crit too often with our heavy, so maybe not the highest priority depending on the build. Power armor, when using power armor suit, the armor points increase by 2. So effectively, the next points I get, I'm going to grab good tone to increase health, which I missed. And that was just an oversight on my part. And then I'll also get power armor. Basically, he's going to be a heavily armored tank that's going to tank fire. Clear vision, when shooting a target outside smoke or cover, accuracy increases by 10%. That one's actually a really good one. So we'll also probably be investing in that. Pistol shot, so we get that pistol shot. Ready, heavy weapon shot with the first action spends only 1 AP. This one is super critical. You can shoot, then reposition, or potentially shoot again. So we'll be getting that for sure. Minigun, use of heavy machine guns. Now this one, again, we have not gotten that far in the game, but the minigun seems like it'd be useful. One of the caveats though is that because this guy's so heavily armored, we want him to be able to move. So if the minigun slows us down, I probably will deprioritize it, at least on this specific character. And then the final tier, short burst shooting, series of shots before the first miss or an empty weapon magazine will reduce by 10% accuracy. I'm assuming each shot does no crit damage, and this is for machine guns, and it has a 5-turn cooldown, requires 2 action points. Power shield grants invulnerability to beam damage for 1 turn, requires power armored suit equipped, and laser machine gun. So we will probably get all these if we can, depending on how much we can level up. Obviously, it gets harder as you go. Finally, let's move over to our sniper class. Now, I love snipers. Speaking of which, when I go to the market to hire operatives, you can see here we have Assault 2 heavies. I am waiting to get another sniper on the squad. That being said, snipers are not as useful as heavies or assaults I have found so far, but that's just what I've observed. Even though I love snipers, they are not that great in this game. So, first skill, use of sniper rifles seems pretty useful considering that's the role. Fast hands, the first reload per match doesn't spend the action. That one is pretty nice. Um, so again, on all these units, when I bring in new units, I'm going to be more careful in speccing them out. It looks like we can kind of reset them. One of the things this game has is in-game currency, so I'm being very intentional or in not using certain things because I'm imagining once you use up a free slot, it's going to get very pricey. This little plus actually takes you to microtransactions, which I'm not too hot on, where you can spend real life money to gain in-game currency. Just wanted to point that out. Let's keep going though. Observer, if the operative didn't move this turn, his radius of visibility is increased by 5 cells and his radius of detection is increased by 3 cells. Not a bad move at all. Recon shot could attack targets in the field of view of allies. So basically, if you're super far back, as long as your ally can see or has vision, you leverage that headshot. I do like this one. A shot with 30% increased crit chance. Weapon class sniper rifle, 3-turn cooldown. I use that a lot, especially if I can get 100% hit chance, which you can get in this game. Amendment to the wind, increase accuracy by 6%. So you can see here, I went for these two. I might come back and get uh one of these eventually, but I'm gonna try to get higher up the tree, and you'll see why. Here, Eagle Eye, if the operative took up a position above his target, his accuracy increased by 10%. There has not been a lot of verticality yet. So right now, on the missions, at least early missions I've had, this has not paid off. So a little bit of buyer's remorse, but we'll see. Assuming that there are more maps where verticality becomes more important, this could become a very critical skill. Hard hand, if the operative didn't move in the last turn, his critical hit chance is increased by 10%. I use that. My sniper probably takes up a position in the back or at an angle and doesn't move. So this becomes really, really helpful to increase that crit chance, crit build. Recon Overwatch, Overwatch mode attacks targets in the field view of allies. That's helpful again, trying to keep the sniper back in general. Makes a pistol shot. This is super important. I think it actually hasn't done a lot of damage and I haven't used it just because I position my sniper in general further back, or at least that's the plan. So this one I could probably go without, and then reallocate this eagle eye and pistol shot to somewhere else in the future. Something to think about. Camouflage. If the operative didn't move this turn in complete cover, his stealth increased by 4 cells. So I am thinking that this is something I will grab. Uh, Concentration, increase accuracy by 20% for 1 turn. That seems very helpful. Nerves of Steel automatically attacks the enemy with a pistol if the enemy approaches a distance of 6 or less cells. Again, these two, all 3 of these seem pretty cool. I'm probably going to get Nerves of Steel, but we will see. Heavy Sniper Rifle, use of large caliber sniper rifles. That sounds very up our alley, so we'll get that. Or Laser Sniper Rifles, probably one or the other. I like this use of beam rifles, sounds very compelling. Amendment to the wind, to increase accuracy by 6%. The effects summed with the amendment of the wind. We'll definitely get this one. We're going to want our shots to land. That's a common theme you'll see in all games I play, trying to ensure that we land our shots so we can guarantee it. I'd rather have a 100% hit without a crit chance than a 50% hit with a chance to crit. Just trying to secure the kill. Beat up the weak, killing a target without cover or a target with incomplete health once per turn, doesn't spend AP. Absolutely awesome um, to grab. So those are the skills of the at least 3 classes we can play so far. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more RAM pressure, please drop this video a thumbs up. Please comment, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I am actively trying to grow my YouTube channel, and your support is much appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in future videos. Shadow Coast out.